Let me show you how to prepare classic Tokyo style shoyu ramen. Tokyo is renowned as a ramen battleground and is actually the city where Japan's first ramen shop opened, Ken in Asakusa in 1910. At the time there was no tonkotsu broth. The original ramen was known as chuka-soba and featured clear chicken-based soup. The umami-rich broth was carefully extracted from chicken bones and fish, resulting in a light yet deeply flavorful taste that never gets boring. This classic recipe I'm going to show you today is perfect for those who love traditional flavors and appreciate refined simple ramen. Okay, let's get started.
Some Tokyo-style ramen features double soup, which is a mixture of seafood broth and animal broth. For this recipe, I'd like to prepare chicken and fish double soup. To prepare the chicken broth, I'm going to use 3 chicken carcasses, which in total weigh about 1 kilogram. What I'm going to do from now is chinuki, which is a blood removing process. In order to achieve a funk-free broth, chinuki is an essential process. It's the same when you are making a tonkotsu broth. Now place all the frozen carcasses in a pot and pour plenty of water, just enough to cover the bones. Right, we're gonna soak the carcasses for an hour. Just for safety reasons, add plenty of ice cubes to keep the water cold enough. After an hour, as you can see, the water looks pinkish. We're gonna drain the water and chop up the bones. Well, this is not the safest process, so if you're not confident with the knife, it's alright to skip it, but this helps the carcasses release more umami. Oftentimes, part of organs is still left inside the carcasses, so clean that off. Otherwise, the broth is gonna go funky. A tiny thing like this makes a huge difference. Now we're gonna parboil the bones to remove the scum, so put them back into the pot and pour plenty of water. Start heating over the highest heat. Now the water is boiling and lots of scum came out, so we're gonna drain it and wash the bones. Under running cold water, wash away the bits of scum on the surface of the bones. Finally, the bones are ready for preparing the chicken broth. Put them back into the pot. We're gonna pour in about 4 liters of water. This time I'm aiming to make 5 liters of the ramen broth combined with the fish broth. I usually like to make it in bulk and store in the freezer, but if you find it too much for you, you can definitely reduce the amount. Now we're gonna add in 30 grams of ginger slices, 2 cloves garlic, about 50 grams of green onion. Finally, add in 1 onion cut in quarters. Over medium heat, bring to a simmer. When it comes to a simmer, you'll see white foam like this. That's different from the grey scum, and it's got lots of flavor. So skim off only the grey part. Now turn down the heat to low and simmer for 3 hours. When you prepare clear broth like this, boiling is a taboo. So make sure to keep your broth simmering slowly. As the broth reduces, add more boiling water to maintain the level. Right, it's been 3 hours and the chicken broth is done. This nicely colored clear broth is packed with umami. But this is not the end of broth making. Let's move on to the next step, the fish broth. Here are the ingredients for the fish broth. Some kombu, which is Japanese dried kelp, Atsukezuri, combined dried fish flakes, dried horse mackerels, and dried seabreams. Some of them might be hard to find outside Japan, so I mentioned alternatives in the ingredient list down below in the description box. Now I'm cutting the kombu in half, which helps it release more umami. Add the dried horse mackerels and the dried seabreams. To that, add 2 liters of water. Leave it for an hour to rehydrate the kombu and the fish. What it does is it helps the dry ingredients give out umami and flavors more easily. Now start heating over high heat. Now once it comes to a simmer like this, turn down to low heat and continue to simmer for 20 minutes. Maintain the kombu friendly temperature, which is about 60 to 70 degrees Celsius. If kombu is boiled, it tends to give off harsh unwanted flavors instead of its clean umami. 20 minutes into cooking, we're gonna remove all the kombu from the broth. Now I often get the question if the kombu is reusable. My answer is, for stock making, it's not. By the time it's removed, most of the umami and the flavors are lost. Now at this point, add the combined dried fish flakes. So the ideal temperature for the fish is about 90 degrees Celsius. Keep simmering over medium-low heat for half an hour. Along the way, don't forget to skim off the scum. Now 30 minutes up, the broth is ready, so let's take out all the fish. The final yield is about 1.5 liters this time. The combination of this fish broth and the chicken broth makes an amazing Tokyo-style ramen broth. Right, before combining the two types of broth, let's remove all the stuff from the chicken broth. By the way, I ended up with 3 liters of the chicken broth. Right, let's blend the chicken broth and the fish broth together. Now this is a double broth for Tokyo style shoyu ramen. This classic ramen broth is gonna turn into an amazing bowl of ramen. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble a dish. For toppings, slice some green onion, Naruto, and chashu. To learn the recipe for the chashu, be sure to check out my previous chashu tutorial. Here I'm melting some lard, it's the aroma oil for the ramen. To prepare one serving of ramen, you need 360 ml of the broth. Heat it up slowly over medium-low heat. Just pay attention not to boil it, otherwise it's gonna lose its flavors. You'll need about 35 ml of shoyu tare. Add some green onion slices and melted lard. Dash of MSG just to emphasize the flavors and umami. At this point, start boiling 150 grams of ramen noodles. I've chosen thin ones today. It's gonna take about 40 seconds to cook. Now let's pour in the hot broth. Then the noodles go in. Top it with chashu, Naruto, menma, and Nori sheet. Right, this is my version of classic Tokyo style shoyu ramen.
Right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.